Hey, what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Thanks so much for taking a little bit of time today to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing my fantasy wish list. I haven't done this in a couple of years, mainly because I don't think it's changed a ton. Actually, I don't remember. Leia, what are you doing? She's like got her paw around my tripod. It's very cute, but no. No, you can't touch that. It's not a toy. Okay, anyways, we're doing the fantasy wish list. These are cards that I just are really expensive that I want, that I can't justify getting right now. The hope one day, there's probably one card on here that I'll never own, but hopefully all of them I will own at some point. And if I don't mention, everything's in foil because it's me. Hi, have you met me? So let's talk about it. Let's first jump into a foil expropriate. Yes, I am that person who runs expropriate, and yes, I'm even more that person because I run it in Riku. I bought a foil, let me scratch that sentence. I bought a non-foil for Riku when it was probably like $20 or so. It's dropped in price. The foil has not. The foil is like over $100. And I can't do it. I just can't do it. One day I would love to own the foil expropriate, but it's just not happening today. It's not happening tomorrow. It's not happening anytime soon. There's a lot of other cards that I'd want to get on my wish list before I got this, but one day that'd be cool. Okay, so that's the expropriate. Next up is a weird one, and that is Phyrexian Reclamation. So basically, I love Phyrexian Reclamation. I run this in Tasigur, and I run this in Mugus. And it's one of those cards that it's actually not crazy expensive for the base. It's a $5 card for the non-foil. But because the only version of the foil is in Urza's Legacy, which is an older set, and it's the only time it's ever been printed in foil, it's like a $60 foil. And it's like 50. I don't know why. There's something about this card that is just, I've bought $50 cards before, but for some reason this is just blocking me. This is a really good proponent of a like future card kingdom order. This is going to be a card that I get. But like I said, there's so many other cards that I want before this. And it's a foil that I don't have in Tasigur. And I think for the longest time, I just didn't think it came in foil, or I knew it was expensive. I do want this. It's not happening anytime soon, you know? Okay, the next card is Jeska's Will. I know you're shocked because I'm talking about a red card. I know, it's monumentous for me too. So Jeska's Will started, I believe, as a card that was only ever in a Commander product, and a lot of times some of those cards that are only ever in Commander products can be really expensive, especially with how good of a card that Jeska's Will is, which it is. The foil version of the one from Commander's Legends is about $30. I don't have my glasses, so I read that and I was like, $90. It's $30. Again, have I bought cards that are around this price range before? I agree, but there's something about this card that I just can't justify buying. I don't know why. Certain cards I'm like, And I think it's like one of those cards that I really could envision getting a reprint in a future Commander set. Like all of these in a Secret Lair bundle. Wizards of the Coast, you can take my idea. Send me one. That's the deal, is that I come up with the idea and then you send me one for free 99, okay? This is a great card. I love Jeska's Will. I have this in Mugus, and it's actually going to be transitioned to when I build my Karlach mono red deck. So I'm going to take it from Mugus because I don't have a ton of use for mono red symbols in that deck. It's primarily a black deck, so I just want to transition it and put it in Karlach. So it's a great card. I'd love to own the foil one day. Okay, this is a good one. This is a good one. A lot of times I'm like, man, will anybody care? I don't know. Well, people would care about Jeska's Will. This is a good one. Torment of Hailfire. This is an awesome card. It was printed in the, is this a different set? No, it's the same set. Okay, the list, but it doesn't come in foil. Hour of Devastation, then it's got the pre-release and then the promo pack with, I think, the Planeswalker symbol. it's already an expensive card. I mean, it's a $20 card. I'm really happy to own one. I don't remember at all where I got it from, but I'm excited that I have it. I also feel like this is going to be really pretty in foil, like the purple in it, I just think will be stunning. And the foil is similarly to Jessica's Will. It's a $30 foil, and I don't know why, but I just can't justify that cost. I want it. Mugus is very nearly fully foiled, which is really exciting. I will need the Phyrexian Reclamation that we talked about earlier, and I'd love to get this in foil. It's a great card. This is one of the biggest cards in the deck and the biggest win cons. It's so good. I just can't justify it. I don't know why. Card Kingdom, that'd be really cool. Okay, so remember how I talked about the card that I will probably never own in my life because I would rather get every other card on my wish list than this card? But I have to talk about the Judge promo Gaia's Cradle. I mean, this would be so fabulous to own. Would it not be wondrous to own a Gaia's Cradle? Truly at any point, because what a flex that would be. But it is over $2,000, and how could I justify this? How? Just there's no way. There would have to be nothing else on my wish list for me to even consider and for me to save justifiably so I could spend $2,000 in 1 month. Like, I would have to buy nothing else that month and then nothing else the following month for me to justify it. That's how I do my budget. I go month to month. I just couldn't justify it because, like, just to also be clear about what I spend. I spend roughly $100 a month on Magic cards. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes it's a little less. It depends on what else. But I also factor in other budget things. This is nowhere near on the list of things. But it would be so rad to own it, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? There's always got to be one that's, like, out of your reach. You know, there's other cards I might own at some point, but this, probably not. Okay. This card, Mox Amber. I love Mox Amber. I feel like this card is so rad. I think I actually own 2. I don't know how I own 2, but I own 2. I remember getting 1 in a trade. I would love to own just the base Dominaria foil. It has the other versions too, like the other borders, whatever. It's like a $40 card. It's great. It's an awesome card. I run this in Alila. I like it because it's super cheap, so it's a really good trigger for her. It's an awesome card. I just don't want to buy it. I don't know why. This is a great Card Kingdom purchase. If I ever get it and then they have it in stock, this would be a really great purchase for Card Kingdom. It's an awesome card. Okay, this is a good one. This is another good card, like Torment of Hailfire. Merchant Scroll. Merchant Scroll is an interesting card. It's only ever been printed 3 times. We have 8th edition, Homelands, and the Judge promo. The Judge promo art, I will say, is very cool, but I have a personal attachment, I don't know why, to the 8th edition one. Maybe it's the white bordered. I know it's unpopular. I don't mind white bordered cards. I think it depends on the card. I think sometimes it doesn't look as good, but I just, something about it. And I love having this card. It is a $50 foil. It's 8th edition. Do I understand? Yes. Could I get the Judge promo foil for like 20 or so, which isn't bad? Maybe, but I just can't justify getting this card. I have this card in Grand Arbiter, and I really like it. It's a great card. It's a great tutor. Can I justify it, though? No. The next card is another red card. I know you're shocked. If you need to hold onto your hat, feel free. Dockside Extortionist. Paul owns a Dockside, and I am so jealous. It's such a good card, and it's one of those, and I hate when they do this, those sneaky little commander products that they sneak it in, and then it's like ridiculously expensive, and then it got printed in Double Masters, which was cool, and then the list, but it's ridiculous. Even the non-foil is ridiculous. It's like a $70 card. The Double Masters foil is like $100, which is insane. I just can't justify it. I can't justify it. I'd love to own a Dockside. If I could own a Dockside, I would own 2. I'd put 1 in Mugus and I'd put 1 in the new Karlach builds. I just want 2. Let me rephrase. 3. Riku. It's got to go in Riku. This Dockside copied in Riku. Get out of here. Come on. That's incredible. Think about already casting a Dockside. I feel like I'd get so much capitalized off of it. I've seen Dockside played against me so many times before. I love it. It's a great card. I want it. I want it. This is a, like, the next time it gets reprinted in something, hopefully it will, I'm gonna just pick it up. I'm just gonna get it because I just want it. That's the story. If I got 1, though, and only 1, where would it go? I don't know. Good question. Okay. Next up is Mana Crypt. I talked about this last time. I remember it. And I remember for my birthday, we did a Kahoot, which is a really fun game. And it was a me-themed Kahoot, like a Magic-themed Kahoot. It was super fun. And one of my questions was, what's the #1 card on my Magic wish list? Which was Mana Crypt. I don't know if I could still say it's a Mana Crypt at this point. It's definitely up there. I would love to own a Mana Crypt. And it's one of those cards that when the foil was like $120, I was like, I'm gonna buy it, and then I never did, and then it's doubled in price. It's like over 200 of the foil. The art that I'm showing you is my favorite art. It's the Double Masters art or whatever. Like, it's great, it's classic, it looks awesome. Paul, same thing, owns a Mana Crypt, and I'm very jealous. I'm pretty sure he has the Expedition one, or not the Expedition. What is it called? The Masterpiece? Yeah, he has the Masterpiece one, which, I mean, cool flex, Paul. Anyways, but I'd love to get it. It's just ridiculously expensive. If I owned this, Angels would be the first place. I think it would be really good in Riku. I mean, it'd be good in everything, but I think I'd probably stick to Reen too. See, here's the thing is I say I'd want one and then it just spirals. You see, that's my problem. Okay. Next up and last card is another good one. I could have picked this up when it was a little cheaper because I believe it was when it got a reprint, and that is a Fierce Guardianship. I think this whole cycle is so cool of cards. I really like it. This is an awesome card. If I had this, I would definitely put it in Grand Arbiter for, I'd probably put it in Riku, actually. I might put it in Grand Arbiter. I don't find myself casting Grand Arbiter a ton. The foil, this is like a $50 foil, which is, I mean, it's fair. It's a really good card. This cycle is great, and I have to say, I think the blue is the best one out of them. It's tough. They're all really, really strong, but I think this is the best one. A free counter spell when you control your commander, which is like really easy to do. It does counter target non-creature spell, but that is just so incredibly cool. Man. Fierce Guardianship, good card, would love to own it. Should have picked one up when it was not as expensive because I'm sure it was a lot cheaper than it is right now. So guys, that is it for my fantasy wish list. 10 cards on there. I'd really love to know what are cards that are on your fantasy wish list in a comment below. That is it for me in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you're not already, and I'll catch you on my next one.